Turffontein Racecourse plays host to the Peermont Emperor's Palace Charity Mile, which goes back in its original form to 1963, and we'll all remember the likes of the grey bomber, Wolfpower. Louis the King, who was runner-up in the race last year to Bezanova, who is back to defend his crown, and racing It's a Rush, is once again proud to be associated with Peermont Emperor's Palace. It is a race that stars celebrities, charities and media partners, and 16 horses will get together on Saturday the 31st of October, and Bob Urim, the Chief Operating Officer, along with Larry Weinstein, V. Mudley, Clyde Basil and of course Vusi Zwane will be there, and Neil Andrews, doing duty for the 11th consecutive year, will be the Master of Ceremonies. It is a race meeting in a million. Despite the fact that the winning prize is over 1 million rand, each and every charity will receive not less than 50,000 rand. In other words, even if you finish 16th out of 16, that particular charity will be the recipient of 50,000 South African rands, and the winning charity will receive at least 150,000 rand. And just to run through the charities and the celebrities and the media partners, the Animal Anti-Cruelty League will have as their celebrity Anthony Coleman, and the Citizen as their media partner. Fortune Kuneni Primary Aftercare Centre will have Hayley Owen and Bedford Edenvale News. Jongfundo Primary Aftercare Centre will have Jay Anstey and the Camaro Chronicle. Kangalize Primary Aftercare Centre will have Jen Su and the Tembesian. Alex Cage has partnered with the Amtikizi Primary Aftercare Centre, and once again the Southern Courier and Camaro Chronicle are the media partners. Here's Alex Cage with his sentiments.
Coming from a bit of a racing background, I understand the excitement that comes up on the day, but being part of such a worthy cause and then knowing that no matter where your horse comes, you're giving something back to charity, whether it's in the hundreds of thousand rands to 50,000 rand for the last horse, you're making a difference, which I think is more exciting than anything else.
I think one of the big things for me, I've never really been involved in horse racing. I've always kind of looked at it with some kind of abject, kind of curiosity. And it's remarkable to be part of something like this, especially the scale of this particular race, because everybody's a winner at the end of the day, and it's quite amazing to see the kind of preparation that's got into this and the horses that are here. I'm incredibly excited.
Growing up with my family, they've been involved with horse racing from a young age, so I've grown up with the excitement and knowing how much effort goes into training horses, how much effort the jockeys put into riding the horses, and how much excitement comes down to just that passion of racing. And I think racing in South Africa is a sport that sometimes gets overlooked, but it's a sport nonetheless that just gets blood flowing, blood pumping and adrenaline.
It's for a good cause, and I love the sport of horse racing. I've watched it a few times. A lot of people ask me to become a jockey, so I have to follow the sport. Everyone said I should have actually taken part in not being a boxer. I'm loving it. I'm enjoying being here.
We've always had Brian Mitchell as one of our stalwarts, and it's so nice that the sport of boxing, which is such an integral part of the Peermont group, is well represented. Tell me something about the involvement of the thoroughbred racehorse, to see that incredible animal thundering down the track and carrying the hopes and dreams of the celebrities, of the charities, and of course the punting public.
It makes me think of a fighter. When you step into the ring, the training you've done, the training he does, how strong that horse is, and what he does in the training, and that's what gets him over the line. Same as a boxer. What we do in the training room, in the gym, that gets us through the 12 rounds in the boxing gym.
As far as the horse that you chose today, did you have any kind of inkling of an idea of what horse you wanted, or was it just the luck of the draw?
It was a lot the luck of the draw. I got the horse I really wanted, Toro Rosso. He's the number 1 seed, and I'm happy to be getting it, and we're going to win this race.
Any kind of sport that you get involved in, and I think horses are temperamental creatures. So, to say that a specific horse is a win is a foregone conclusion, I think is dodgy. I've seen a lot of people spend a lot of money on a horse that they absolutely believe is going to win, and I think that's what makes this wonderful. On any given day, you can be a winner, and that's incredibly exciting. And the charities that we've got here can walk away. In fact, all of them walk away with money. It's an amazing, amazing event.
Well, Hickey Butler is absolutely convinced that Toro Rosso is going to win. He's drawn one. He won his last start. He ran very well on the sand and the grass. Yeah. Did you have a preconception about the horse that you were going to draw today?
You know what? I come from a generation, I remember when I was a kid, we had Wolf Power. That was the horse that I kind of, and even as absolutely, and even as a youngster, I knew about him being very removed from horse racing, and I didn't have a preconceived. But when I drew White Line Fever, I kind of like went, yeah, that sounds like something that I'd like to follow. That whole White Line Fever, you know, the whole rugby connotation, and somebody that chases that. Yeah, I'm happy with
appropriate for this time of the year.
Absolutely, White Line Fever is great.
What the Charity Mile has done over the years is brought new people to racing. So Carol Shabalala, for example, who's back again this year, just loves it. And I was speaking to her at Supersport the other day, and she said, "Oh, I can't wait to be back at the Peermont Charity Mile," because she doesn't understand perhaps the intricacies of racing, but she loves the spirit that this race day is all about, which is for the charities making money and just the thrill of the community winning money. Now, in the old days, as you know, even if you ran last, you got 20,000. With the increased investment from Vuzzy and his team, even if you run last, you're getting 50,000. And Andrew, I think you've seen it. For a community charity to win 50,000 is very difficult to put words to. There's tears. They can't believe they've won that kind of money, and that's for the horse that ran last. So you can imagine what it's like for the winners. So yeah, it's been fantastic, and it gets bigger and better every year, and I really am privileged just to be part of it. And I was saying here early on that I had an opportunity on Mandela Day this year to go out to Welham Lambo Primary School, and we opened a new library there, and again, tears of joy, and to see that and be able to give back to the community, just to be a very small part of that was a great honor and a privilege.
You know, just talking about thoroughbred horse racing, it's not a sport for everyone, but you know, through an initiative like this, the Peermont Emperor's Palace Charity Mile, here's an opportunity where, as you said, you know, you can get people from all sorts of different backgrounds, whether you're doing it for charity, whether you're doing it for a really great day out. I think it really is like a feel-good race, and it's a race that everyone wants to be a part of. So I actually lose track of how many races I've been a part of. Quite possibly this is my 6th, and just as excited, particularly because of the charity angle and giving back.
Well, when you take a look at thoroughbred horse racing, we've never ever had the opportunity to be on the world stage for various different protocol reasons. Yeah. But still, we managed to bring jockeys here. We managed to bring people of all sort of walks of life to the racetrack. And I think the Charity Mile, even though it's not the richest race in South Africa, it is the race meeting that harnesses all of that love together.
It really is such a fantastic race that brings everyone together. What I really love about it as well is that you don't just get the older generation, because some people might think that maybe horse racing is for the somewhat more mature kind of audience, but that's not the case. We're seeing how it's changing, you know, race in and race out, and I think this is the perfect example for some of the younger lads, you know, and it's an opportunity to come out, you know, dressed to the nines and really enjoy a great day out. And even the youngsters, it's a family outing. So I think this is a fabulous sport to really kind of incorporate everyone, you know, in the country.